Right, a very good evening and a warm welcome to PNB News, coming to you live from the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. I am Omoefe Peace Osemere. First, the headlines. President Tinubu congratulates a newly elected Chadian president. Nigeria's leading labor organizations and affiliates protest hike in electricity tariff as IMF calls for subsidy discontinuity in the electricity sector. And on the foreign scene, UN condemns a killing of foreign staffer in Gaza, and Hamas also condemns US Senator's suggestion that Israel bombed Gaza. As NFF unveils a new Super Eagles coach, Arsenal beats Manchester United. That's in sport. Details in a moment. Welcome back. President Bola Tinubu has congratulated the President-elect of the Republic of Chad, General Mahama Debi, on his election victory. The President's congratulatory message was contained in a statement by his Special Advisor on Media and Publicity, Ajurin Gelali. The statement quoted the President as saying that the successful conduct of the elections in Chad underlined the commitment of the government and the people to democracy and orderly transitions in the region. Tinubu also assured the Chadian president-elect that Nigeria will continue to work closely as both countries seek to enhance peace, security, and shared prosperity for the mutual benefit of their citizens. General Mahama Debi gained power as the president of the Transitional Military Council on the 20th of April 2021 when his father, the late Chadian President Idris Deby, died in action while commanding troops in the northern Chad offensive. 40-year-old Muhammad Idris Deby won the presidential election in Chad with more than 61% of the vote, thereby eliminating the need for a runoff with his closest rival, Prime Minister Success Masra, who received 18.5%. Now, President of the Nigeria Labour Congress, Joe Ajaero, says Nigerians are currently wallowing in power poverty given the abysmal low supply of electricity. Ajaero said this during a protest today at the Nigeria Electricity Regulatory Commission in Abuja. Recall that the organized labor comprising the Nigeria Labour Congress, the Trade Union Congress, and their affiliate vowed to ground offices of the NERC nationwide on Monday about the recent hike in electricity tariffs. While addressing protesters and management of the NERC, Ajaero noted that the current supply generated by Nigeria is not even enough for Lagos, which is just one state in Nigeria. He also faulted the move by the NERC to hike tariff without engagement with stakeholders in the power sector. The NERC announced the hike in electricity tariff for Band A customers at a press briefing in Abuja on April the 3rd, revealing that those affected would pay 225 naira per kilowatt hour, up from the previous rate of 68 naira per kilowatt hour. But the hike represented a 240% increase. The development marked the removal of subsidy from the tariff of customers in the Band A category, who constituted about 15% of the total 12.82 million power consumers across the country. Now, based on the tariff hike, the federal government said it would save 1.5 trillion naira. And now to other matters, where operatives of the Port Harcourt Zonal Command of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, have arrested 26 suspected internet fraudsters at the Nigeria Television Authority and the Choba axis of Port Harcourt, Rivers State. They were arrested following credible intelligence on their suspected involvement in internet-related activities. According to EFCC spokesman Dele Oyewale, items recovered from them are different brands of phones, laptops, and 6 exotic cars. Oyewale said that the suspect will be charged to court as soon as investigations are concluded. Well, it is another sad day for bloodletting in Plateau State as 2 Fulani herders with 250 cattle in Kwal district of Basa local government area of the state were killed by Iriwe people of Basa local government, with several cows unaccounted for. Consequently, the Fulani Development Association on the Plateau have condemned the attack and called on security agencies to uncover the perpetrators of the dastardly act. PNB News correspondent in Jos, Jamila Haruna Garga, has more.
This is the scene of the latest attack of pastoralists in the area. Troops from Operation Safe Haven responsible for peacekeeping efforts in the state are currently on ground alongside Fulani leaders surveying the places of the recent attack. Reports from the Fulani community indicate that the detoll has tragically risen to 250, with concern mounting as several cattle remain unaccounted for. Garba Abdullahi, the state chairman of Ganana of Fulani Development Association and leader of Coalition of Fulani at the region, has strongly condemned the attack. He has urged the security agencies to conduct a thorough investigation into the incident to bring those responsible to justice.
We condemn this thing that happened in totality because there had been a relative peace here in Basa local government with the effort put in place by various stakeholders to see that this place has come to peace. And we don't know what we have done, our people have done. This is an unprovoked attack whereby our people are attacked by the day peacefully. We don't know what happened. And we are calling on the government to investigate, more especially the security agencies. They should swing into action and investigate and arrest the perpetrators of this heinous act.
The chairman further said despite the huge loss recorded, members have been urged to remain calm and law-abiding.
So it is painful to lose such a huge number of cows just under some hours, which a cow now costs on the average 500,000. 500,000 times is more than 100 herds of cows, meaning that this value is running into hundreds of millions of naira. So, which is very, very unfortunate and is painful. Something that you have been grooming for a vast number of years. Somebody overnight just come and ridicule it, destroy everything. Nevertheless, we are calling with this huge loss. We are still calling on our law-abiding people to become law-abiding, and nobody should take laws into his hands, and we should report things appropriately to the appropriate authorities that we're supposed to report to.
An emergency meeting was held by the Commander Operation Safe Haven and representative of the Fulani community and government officials to prevent further breakdown of law and order after the recent attack. Jamila Haruna Garga, PNB TV News, Jos.
Many thanks for that report, Jamila Haruna Garga. From Nigeria now, let's head on to the foreign scene. From the foreign scene, UN has condemned the killing of foreign staffer in Gaza. The United Nations Secretary General has called for full investigation and condemns the killing of the first foreign staff member in Israel's war on Gaza after a car fired on by Israeli army in Rafah. Israeli forces fired on a clearly marked UN vehicle in Rafah in southern Gaza, killing one member of the UN's Department of Safety and Security and injuring another in what the UN says is the first instance of the killing of a foreign member of its staff since Israel began its war on Gaza last October. The United Nations has confirmed that 190 of its staff members have been killed in Gaza since the beginning of Israel's war in October. Now, Hamas has condemned U.S. Senator's suggestion that Israel bombed Gaza. The group has called U.S. Senator Lindsey Graham's suggestion that Israel strike Gaza with a nuclear bomb shocking and reflective of the depth of his immorality. In his words, it is also reflective of his inherent mentality of colonialism, as well as that of a group of high-ranking politicians in the U.S. who support the genocide being perpetrated by an occupation army against civilians. Hamas said in a statement that Graham's stated position makes him complicit in the genocidal war on Gaza. The group urged people to denounce such positions and continue pushing for the end to the war against Palestinians in Gaza. From the foreign scene, let's bring you the latest in the world of sport. We'll start from Nigeria, where NFF, that's the Nigeria Football Federation, today unveiled former Ajax star Finidi George as the new coach of the Super Eagles. Finidi was appointed 2 weeks ago, but the NFF did not reveal the specifics of the deal he signed. He, however, signed his contract at the event where NFF President Ibrahim Gusau and the Sports Minister John Eno unveiled him as the new Eagles boss. NFF also revealed that Finidi would be assisted by his former Super Eagles teammate Daniel Amokachi and former Shooting Stars player Benjamin James, who is based in Germany. Away from Nigeria, Arsenal has beaten Manchester United 1-0 in the Week 37 Premier League match over the weekend at Old Trafford. Mikel Arteta's side was scrappy and well below their fluent best against a desperately poor United, but this was 3 points that meant the world to them. The game was settled by Leandro Trossard's 28th-minute swoop at the near post. Well, on the sporting notes, we have come to the end of the bulletin tonight, but just before I go, a recap of the main items. You heard that President Bola Tinubu has congratulated the newly elected Chadian president with a pledge to work together with the new government. You also heard that the Nigerian Labour Congress, in conjunction with Trade Union Congress and affiliates, have protested a hike in electricity tariff in the country, demanding a reversal. On the foreign scene, UN has condemned the killing of foreign staffer in Gaza, as Hamas has equally condemned US senators' suggestion that Israel bombed Gaza. And finally, in the sports arena, you heard that the Nigerian Football Federation has unveiled Finidi George as the new Super Eagles gaffer. That's the end of the news. Good night. I am Omoife Peace Osemere.